that is officially the end. Okay, everyone, we have just finished BTS Monuments. Episode 4, time for us to talk. We gotta talk about this. We got our notes, and I took 2.5 pages of notes. So let's go through this from beginning to end, from the rooter to the tutor. Blaze.
From the rooter,
absolutely,
to the tutor.
Episode 4, disconnected. I see why it was called disconnected.
Yes,
definitely had a bit of a big stumbling block there with COVID.
Yes.
You know, and BTS being disconnected from ARMY in a way they never have before. Hey, we know the happy ending to that story. It definitely didn't sever the connection. It altered it. It put us on a different route. But BTS, being the men that they are, they made a way. And this fandom being the fandom that we are, we were just stuck with BTS. We're tight like glue with them no matter what.
Yes.
So it was going to take a lot more than a pandemic to keep us away from these 7 guys. You know, this pandemic didn't stand a chance. You know what I'm saying? So this episode was really cool. Where do you want to start? I'm gonna let you start today, my brother. Where do you want to start on the recap of this episode?
I'm gonna just pick it back a little bit. During that part of the episode, it was bad. You know, like looking at them trying to deal with everything that's going on. I do forget that it did last longer than a year.
Yeah.
I think for the most part we think it was just 1 year, but it was actually a lot longer than that. It just took a while for everything to shut down.
Sometimes when I look back, it feels like it was forever.
Yeah.
When I really look back. But yeah, in hindsight, it does feel like it was shorter. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
If they didn't think about this online thing, I don't know what their mindsets would have been. It changed it all up for them.
Yeah, it did indeed, and they really did set a new standard when it comes to online concerts. I think they made sure that they maintained the connection with armies really the best way that they could, and I really feel like that was the best way to do it. Honestly, doing what they love to do the best way that they could do it at the time, and allowing us to experience what we love to see them do the most as well.
True.
And I really think that they really did break records, not just from a monetary standpoint and a view standpoint, but also a connection standpoint. Like, there's who else is really doing it like that? And I think that they once again have paved the way for other artists to navigate through these troubled times and still maintain that valuable connection with their fandom, right? Yeah, it was absolutely a very well put together episode overall. We started off with Was On, Blaze, like as far as like comeback, where does it rank in the comeback arena? What's your ranking on that, fam?
It's number 1.
Number 1.
It's first.
It's first. I like what they took from that song, which we did get the gist of this song, but it's just a reminder that ARM gave us that pain makes us stronger.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to speak on that a little bit? Because I know that On sits very close to your heart, so
it does.
Like to go in detail on that?
Well, it's crazy how they wrote a song for a comeback. And it was already preparing. They had already been preparing for the concert. So that lets you know that these songs was done like way before we know it.
Yeah.
They wrote a song for a comeback and then COVID hits. And doing the song, they're telling you that, like, to stay strong, be a fighter. You know, I'm with you, I got you. You know, pain makes you stronger. A lot of people went through a lot, not just physical, but mental pain.
Absolutely.
You know, it was a rough time for the world, to be honest. Just so happens these guys had already wrote a song that's giving you hope.
It fits such a time as the COVID, the pandemic time.
Yeah, it is crazy. And it's
absolutely, bro, absolutely. And so we got to see the behind the scenes, how they reacted to the tour being canceled. That footage looked familiar to me, so I think I've seen it before. Jimin and J-Ho both
exciting, going down.
At the same time, and then you got to see how everyone individually, how each of them took it, and if it was hard for us, it was 10 times more hard for them. Absolutely.
I would say this: BTS was definitely on a hot streak. I'm not saying that they're not no more, but during that time, like, bruh, the album before that was, what was that?
Before they put that out, I think it was.
It wasn't Wings.
I think it was Persona.
Oh,
I think it was Persona.
Okay, yeah. Like, just think about all the songs on that album. how great the songs was. Then you hit us with Map of the Soul and On is the first one. Just think of the actual tour. The tour, bro. No pausing, like they just kept going. I think it would have been like no question.
Yeah.
As far as like Grammy nominated, it would have been more than one.
That album in and of itself was just a huge album.
Yeah.
The pandemic definitely put a halt on that momentum.
That
Absolutely.
momentum.
Yeah,
Imagine
it really
where they
did.
would be if not COVID hit at that particular time.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, I stand by On being one of the best comebacks I ever heard from them. But that song was so powerful, bro. Yeah. Just imagine being able to tour at that time. Your fans can boost you. They can motivate you every day you get off stage.
Yeah.
I know for a fact not being able to tour and just see us and connect with us and get that spirit, there's an album missing.
You feel like there's an album missing? What do you mean?
That tour would have motivated a even crazier next album.
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Okay. Quite possible. And when you're speaking on the energy aspect of it, they were mentioning how them not being able to perform in front of a live crowd, there is a lack of energy, a lack of motivation as well. And like, unless you're really in that world and you're performing yourself, you don't really know that, and nor could you possibly really know that unless a performer tells you. So I like that they were open about that as well, and because it definitely feeds us to be there, right? And RM has stated something that was really good. The concerts provide a special language. I like the way he put that. I really do, because it really does. Like, we always say how when you're at the concert, you're in a completely different world, and it's just almost an unexplainable energy that goes on there, right? And I like the way he kind of put that into words. Yeah, it's like literally a completely like different language. It's a spoken language. A completely different phenomena in a spoken language between us and the artist BTS, right? That you can only experience at a live show.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Even with them having the screens up, it was to the back of them.
And they could hear them and everything. That did help some, but go ahead.
But it was still to the back of them, and they have to perform where the cameras are. Yeah. I don't know if that was their choice neither, because I don't know if that would have been weird for them, like performing and seeing just a bunch of screens, because that could probably mess with your mental too. Still, I just know that they bought it. It was a great concert. I know that they felt still some type of disconnection.
Yeah, absolutely. There definitely was a bit of a disconnection, but I know that they did state that it helped. It definitely did help. I want to talk about their experience in quarantine, because we got to see some footage that I have never seen. Have you seen this footage? Okay.
No, it's just what they do. They know what they're doing when they hold on to that footage like that. I was like, really, fam? Y'all really be on this?
Yeah, they be on it. But that was really cool to see, like, their experience in quarantine, because it's so relatable, right? So relatable. It's just a lot of things that they were doing, we were doing, like cleaning. Like, pretty much, like, you're in quarantine, like, what are you gonna do? Like, I mean, I know from our experience here, me and Mika, when we were in quarantine, we did a lot of cleaning. We would just be making all different types of food throughout the day, like little snacks and stuff throughout the day, watching a lot of TV, movies, BTS. And thank goodness for the BTS online concerts.
Yes.
Because we were able to still have a lot of fun. And, so the guys really did help us through that time also. But it was cool because it was relatable.
I think we did our very first too. A reaction using nothing but computers and cameras.
Reaction?
We wasn't together.
Oh, yes.
We did an online concert reaction online.
We did. That was the first time we did that because of the COVID. Because of the pandemic
We did an
situation.
online concert reaction online.
Yep, we did. Boom.
See?
You gotta adjust. You gotta be adaptable, and that's one of the themes I took from this as well. You just gotta be adaptable. Also, life goes on. Absolutely.
Real quick, before we move, I wanted to talk about during that time, getting ready for this online concert. RM once again said, on stage, I feel the most pain, but that's when I'm the most happiest.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the most pain, of course, come from physical, hard work. We watch BTS. We know how they go on they dance practice literally lasts hours and hours and hours.
Yep.
We also understand that stage, they definitely gonna go and rehearse on stage days before they even have to do the concert, and then they're gonna probably do another stage rehearsal that morning before they have to be on stage that night. So sleep is kind of out the window.
Yeah,
you know, you're probably averaging no more than 5 to 6 hours a day. Now, if they are able to get in 8, kudos to them, but knowing, you know, how hard they work, all the hours they put in, and then still wanting to have a little bit of me time before you go to sleep, I'm going to go with 5 to 6 hours a day. It's something different when you first feel it. I have these moments of being on stage where I wasn't comfortable until we connected.
Okay.
And then once we connected, it was all over from there. And it comes at certain times. Sometimes it don't come straight off the first song. Sometimes, you know, sometimes it's a feeling that you get like, oh yeah, we there now, baby.
Yeah.
Let's turn up. And that's when you are your most happiest, especially on stage. You feel like everybody is one. We together now. So it's almost like a fusion. You know, Dragon Ball Z. Fusion. Because they was more powerful, they was faster, they was more confident, they felt better.
Yes, sir.
A little bit cocky, you know, but sometimes cocky is good.
Oh, I'm about to say, ain't no wrong with cocky in the right way. You know what I'm saying?
So I definitely felt that when he said that, man.
That's a good point, my friend. Can we talk about Dynamite era really quick, everyone? Is everybody okay with us talking about Dynamite? Oh, sure you are. Okay, number one hit, for their first number one hit, you know, it was literally like winning the Super Bowl, the NBA championships, you know, because this is a sport. It's like, look here, when BTS comes in, get on that line against the competition, and they just get positioned, looking that competition in the eye, right? You may be well known over here in the West, okay? But guess what? I'm known around the world. And I'm here to compete. Okay, I'm looking you right in your eye. Are you ready for this? The short answer is no, you're not. Okay, no, you're not. They get these wins. Shout out to them, because Dynamite came at a time when we needed them most.
Yep.
Right? Like BTS, I know they were struggling because they're human beings just like us, going through this stuff. They expressed some of those struggles on this documentary during the pandemic, right? But they stood together. They were there for each other. They lifted each other up, and they really always think about Army, right? They're always concerned about Army. So they're like, what can we do to make ourselves happy and make our fans happy? Did these online concerts and came out with hit after hit, songs that were designed to connect not only Army, but the world, Craig. The world. A lot of people got to know BTS here in the West through songs like Dynamite, bro. It was at a time where we needed to be lifted up. We needed a fun song that was like just jamming, bro.
During that time, whenever you ask somebody, you know who BTS is?
Yeah, the Dynamite guys.
That's what they be saying.
Man, I love Dynamite, but man, they got a whole lot.
They're legit not the Dynamite
more,
guys.
Bro.
Yeah.
What in the world?
You were a little assaulted when
little
they said,
bit.
Me too. I was a little insulted when people would say
Dynamite
that.
guys.
Yeah, like,
Man,
bro,
slapped.
but I'm like, okay, that was your gateway. We'll let you slide with that.
Right.
As soon as people would say, oh yeah, the Dynamite guys, I'm like, yeah, they sing Dynamite, but you may want to check out Mic Drop. You also check out this, also check out that. You know, I'm like, there's
Concert Kings.
Yeah, you may want to like not stop there. Okay, it would behoove you. That was a really good time. And then last but not least, really quick, talk about the
Grammys
portion. Really, what I wrote down was going through the emotions and the anxiety, the nervousness, trying to watch and see if they were nominated, right? Then the inevitable, or not inevitable, but we know what happened.
They actually cut that part out for a reason.
They did cut that part out for a reason. Good point. They did cut that part out. They just showed us just a brief aftermath of when they did not win. They did it for a reason, because it's like, why relive that? They know how much Army was hurt, and we were actually really upset. If you saw our reaction to it,
even our documentary.
If you saw our reaction to it, you know. But I like how Jim was in a lot. All of them were basically like this, but Jim was like, Army is our prize. Army is the prize. They were also saying things like, we got to perform. It's more exposure, right? So they were looking at a lot of positives, and all these positives are factual evidence.
Right.
They're all all valid, absolutely. And I love when people are able to look on the bright side in spite of the disappointment, right? Because the disappointment is very fleeting, right?
Right.
But what lasts forever, guess what lasts forever? What their presence at the Grammys did, that lasts forever because you gain so many more fans. You being nominated, you're nominated for life. Like, you're a Grammy nominated artist. One day, I'm sure there'll be a Grammy winning artist because that's what the guys want. They're still gonna pursue that, and we will support them. It's gonna happen.
This last year definitely not only showed that that the guys stand together, but also showed that they can actually drop their own solo projects all within the same year and slay. You know, all of those albums
For sure.
is like dope. So many different perspectives.
Yeah.
They all had their own avenue, their own lane what they was trying to hit, and like certain things they was trying to touch. And I want to say they executed it perfectly. You gotta pay attention to all that. At the end of the day, bro, these guys is a cop team. They are the cheat code.
Game genie out here, man.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
So much, now, but in the 80s and the 70s, every singer can sing. All of them had to learn how to dance. It wasn't no one singer and then 3 harmonizers. No, man. Like, everybody, when he said, hey, your turn, you couldn't wait to step up. I'm about to give him these vocals. That's what BTS is, bro. Everybody are so talented, bro. You have to pay attention. It's like they almost got Debo next to them when they putting out music. Is either you gonna put something on my 40 willingly,
okay,
or I'm gonna have to take that from you. But you gonna pay attention, and you gonna make sure I get my 40.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's a Friday reference.
That's a Friday reference.
You know what Friday is, Friday's a movie.
You know, how is it a positive pop group? I'm taking the K off it. Pop group.
Okay.
Positive.
Talk that talk.
With strong messages.
Okay.
Bully the game. Think about that. They bully their way into this.
I'm thinking about it right now.
I'm sorry, bro.
You said the strong arm?
Yeah, strong arm.
Knuckle sandwich on
them?
Man,
they came straight to the West listening to Ludacris throwing bows on them. Out the way.
Out the way. That concludes our review.
Yes.
Everyone, we love this. Episode 2 live. We cannot wait to check out episode 5. Thank you so much for joining us once again, everyone.
Yes.
We'll be back really soon. This is Nico.
I'm Blaze.
And we are What You Gotta Say.
Yes.
Keep it kosher, baby. Peace. Love you guys.